about that, okay? We know what we have to do when it's pressure.
Then you can
Welcome to part 2 of the Rebel Neymar Jr.'s Global 5 experience. And this experience, as you can tell from the first video, was insane. Now I'm going to get into the gameplay, I'm going to get into the tournament itself, speak to you basically exactly what we went through as a Global 5. And then later, I'm going to show you more of the finals, Neymar coming out the exhibition match, and also when we met Neymar. Anyway, let's get into it. So our first game was against Kenya. A nice little look away past there. Man, these games were physical. You can't really see it from this match. The Kenya match was actually played in very good spirit. Very good spirit. Oh, nice little spin move. I forget most of these. I forget most of these moves or most of these moments. Predominantly in this tournament, I played at the back. There's Martin de Boer, Belgian freestyler. Kenya went 1-0 up. That's right. So Kenya goes 1-0 up, and then basically we're chasing the game. Dropping the shoulders. We're playing 4 versus 5. So in this tournament, as soon as you lose a goal, you lose a man. Oh, using the body, good bit of defending. Finds a player. So as soon as you lose a man, that's basically it. And it was 1-0, and this is how the game finished. So there wasn't actually a lot of highlights from this match because we had come out either too early or too late. I think too late. And so the game's meant to go for 10 minutes. It only went for, I think, 7 and a bit. We had this free kick, took the free kick, and the game finished. So that's kind of why people are standing around confused. It is what it is. Kenya won 1-0. Now it's time to play Brazil. Playing against Brazil was a whole different kettle of fish. This game was super physical, and you're gonna see in a bit. So we were trying to block shots. Oh, there's a nice little bit of skill. The D10 trademark. But we were trying to obviously block shots, playing as a unit. As soon as the ball went up against the boards, pretty much it was, everyone for themselves. As you can see there, fair bit of physical contact. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't dangerous, but for an event like this, it's meant to be about that street style, the skills, technique. It's, yeah, I don't know. There was no one in our team playing that way, put it that way. So nobody in our team was playing physical. You can see it's not just me copying it as well. Like there's a lot of other players in our team that are going down, and it's very, very physical. Which, if the referees allow it to happen, then that's how it's going to be played. And it's also, the court is very small and it's very compact. The ball never goes out. Now, Brazil ended up going 1-0 up, and then we hit back, which was a massive surprise. I'll tell you why it's a surprise. When you're playing 5 versus 4 in a small space, it's difficult. 3 versus 5, the game was finished. So you really wanted to be the person to score that first goal. It gave you the best advantage. If you scored that first goal, 90% you're gonna score that second goal. It swung the momentum back in our favor. And we actually believed that we were gonna come back into the match. Not long after, Brazil get their second, and you'll see. So, we're playing at the back, we're doing all right, playing the ball out. Whew, got lucky there. I tried to put it through his legs. That's right, we got the ball back. But, ooh, little nutmeg. Now, it was very physical. You saw then, I gave a nutmeg, but I got a hand to the throat as well. And that was, okay, so that was the second goal. So their second goal, bit of defending, I'm trying to block shots because I was the last man. I played last man, as I said, predominantly I played last man for nearly the whole tournament. Try to control things at the back, be composed with the ball. It's very hard because we'd all just met each other like maybe 3 or 4 days ago, and we'd had like a few training sessions. I was playing at the back and I tried to block the shot. The guy ran through, bit of confusion between me and I suppose the other defenders. And then, he's tapped into the open net. So then we were up against it. 4 players against 3, and that's very difficult, very difficult. Anyway, you'll see how it plays out. So the ball comes back to me, little bit of skills, another nutmeg, look away pass. And this is pretty much where it finishes up for us. So you'll see here, it just becomes more and more difficult. And they tap into an open net. And that was the end of my game. And then we played Nigeria. Now Nigeria, prior to this match, beat Brazil 5-0. After we played Brazil, Brazil went and played Nigeria. Nigeria won 5-0. 5-0. Brazil didn't even score a goal. So we're thinking, this is gonna be a tough game. This is gonna be a game where we're gonna have no chance at all. But I'll show you what happened. So we start out, we're keeping the ball at the back, we're playing composed again. These guys were actually, they had us on the ropes until we get a bit of a breakthrough. You see me defending there, we put the ball through. Here it is, I think. Martin plays across, the ball comes into the middle, and he's there for the tap in. So they just didn't follow. So straight away, that was like in the first minute of the match, we had 5 players on the pitch and they were left with 4. So we were in a very good position. You see they have a free kick here. A lot of people tried to play off the boards as well. Obviously the ball doesn't go out, so they're trying to play off the boards. Big shot there, but we get the ball. I think it went out. And yeah, as you can see, like I was just at the back, I was taking my time. We're a man up, so we can afford to be composed. Again, this was physical, this match. Yeah, a bit of skills. Oof, didn't like it. Had me in the corner. That's a little nutmeg. Gave him that punter. But then this was the breakthrough. So then we had a free kick, and I played it to Martin. Martin scooped the ball over to Vinko. Vinko puts the ball across, and the guy, so you couldn't go into the box, sorry, the D. You could not go into the D. So due to him going inside the D, we got a penalty. Now the penalties were from halfway. You could use whatever foot you like, no goalkeeper, but you had to just push the ball into the open net. Harder than it looks. We had been practicing this though. This gave us a massive advantage because straight away we were 2-0. So we had 5 players on the pitch, they had 3 left. So we convert the penalty, it's 2-0. We have 5 players against 3. It's looking really good for us. Now from the resulting kickoff, we get the ball. I'm composed again, hold the ball. I'm looking and I scoop it to Brian. Brian then taps the ball into an empty net and it's 3-0. And it's 3-0. We have 5 players against 2, and so the show starts. Here's a little chest stall. I love that. Bring the ball around. Now I have a shot here, and it comes off a post. Bam. But then from the resulting clearance, Vinko plays the ball off the wall, gets it back, and then yeah, scores, makes it 4-0. And here I'm saying, make a show, let's try and do something interesting. Martin, amazing 1v1 skills, but the guy had basically given up the ghost, and that was 5-0. And then Deb with a great little finish at the end. What was really good was that we improved through the tournament. So in our first game, we didn't score, we lost 1-0. In our second game, we scored, and I think we actually played better as a team. I think Brazil was our toughest match. So to see Brazil lose 5-0 to Nigeria, and then the Global 5 beat Nigeria 5-0, yeah, it was a fantastic feeling, and it was a great way to finish as well. We actually finished, I think it was 3rd, and only a few 3rd place teams went through. I think it was only due to maybe 2 goals or something like this. So who knows what could have happened, but that was our run of the tournament, and that was the end of the first day of finals. Now it was on to the second day where we had the exhibition matches, the women's final, the men's final, and we got to meet Neymar. The final day was fantastic. It was a massive celebration of football. I got to meet Natalia Gittler, who is a tech ball world champion, professional foot volley player, Puma athlete. Awesome experience. You know, I juggled the ball with her a little bit. Natalia also got to play on Neymar's team. The women's champions got to play a game against Neymar, Natalia Gittler, Amandinha, Andressa Alves, Cristiane. Like, it was unbelievable. After meeting Natalia, it was time for the women's final, the men's final. After those 2 finals, we got to meet Neymar. So what you're seeing right now is the change room or the back rooms of the Neymar Instituto. So they're taking us into like a media room or a media center, or what they'd set up as a media center. And in here is where we were going to meet Neymar. Meeting Neymar was unreal. The guy was so chilled, he was so cool, he had time for all of us. He signed shirts, took photos with us. It was an unbelievable experience, but it was over as soon as it started. So we got maybe 5 minutes as a team with him. And yeah, everyone got about, I think, 30 seconds to a minute. And then that was it. That was the Red Bull Neymar Jr. experience. It was unbelievable. Diana and I had an unreal time. We got to see Brazil. It's a country I always wanted to go to, always wanted to visit. I wanted to watch football there, which we got to do. And I always wanted to play in Brazil, and I got to do that. So it ticked a lot of boxes off the bucket list. Anyhow, I could go on and on about this experience. Until next time, like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment in this video if you liked it. And for more, make sure you're following on Instagram.